Hello everyone. So this is a thoughts on video on Pikmin. It's going to assume that you know what Pikmin is and what the story is and all that sort of stuff and what the gameplay mechanics are. So there will be spoilers if you've never played Pikmin. I'm not really looking to explain it, I just want to give some overall thoughts. But my overall thoughts are very positive, so if you haven't played Pikmin, maybe go and play it, and then if you want to hear my thoughts, just come back to this video. But yeah, very positive. I didn't really know what to expect with it because I never played Pikmin when I was younger, and it came out on the Switch recently, and I got it on the Switch, and now I'm gonna play through all of them. So, so yeah, the first thing that really took me with Pikmin was just how easy it was to just pick up and play. Like I wasn't expecting that with a real-time strategy that, by the way, was Nintendo's first and Pikmin's its only real-time strategy that they've ever made. It's just so easy to pick up and play. Like, a lot of real-time strategies have this thing where like they want to do so many actions per minute and so many clicks and so many hotkeys and all that sort of stuff, and Pikmin just throws that out the window and just sort of says, here's the mechanics basically, and you've got the mechanics right in front of you. You can do everything with the analog stick and basically 2 buttons, and it's absolutely crazy. Like maybe 3 buttons actually, because the wait key, the wait button and the whistle button is absolutely amazing. That's the thing with Nintendo. Like they really, I don't want to say casualize, because that just like seems insulting considering how hard it is to make a real-time strategy game so appealing. And I feel as though this is so appealing. I feel like a lot of people could just pick up Pikmin and just have a good time with it. You also have this feeling of progression during the game, because each day is 13 minutes long and you have to plan out each day perfectly, it feels like. At least that's how it felt to me. Maybe your mileage may vary regarding it, but with me, when I first started the day in a new area, I would look around the area first, see what's going on, see where the enemies are, and try and take out enemies, because enemies don't respawn in the area. And if you take out the enemies, that gives you time to like take your Pikmin to go to areas where ship parts are, and you have to collect 30 ship parts to finish the game. So once I knew that, because at the very start I didn't really know what I was doing, I was just sort of running around. And if I saw a ship part, I'd be like, okay, let's get that, and then I'd be like, oh, there's an enemy over there, or you know, like it makes you want to like sort of plan out the route of the day, and that's a good thing, because you only have a 30-day time limit, but if you plan it out, you can finish the game in way less than 30 days. And it's amazing to me just how, after the first day, despite the fact that it's Nintendo's first time doing a real-time strategy game, there's so little hand-holding in it. Like, it's basically like, here's the first day, we're going to tell you how to play the game, and then you're on your own. You're on your own to plan everything, basically, and I absolutely loved it, because it's just not really common to play. Like, I know that this game came out in 2001, and a lot of games back in the day, show my age, would just have you just get on with it, sort of thing. And it's just really refreshing to play something like that today. Like right now, like this is like the first time playing it, and it's just like, oh, it's an amazing game. It's amazing just how much you can learn just by playing the game as well. Like a lot of games that you can't, it feels like you can't really learn, like the game needs to tell you this is how you do that thing. But Pikmin, you have the chance to learn it before it helps you, sort of thing. So in between days you get journal entries that tell you kind of what the Pikmin does. So like, let's say you get yellow Pikmin, you can throw the Pikmin further, and it tells you in the journal entry that you can throw Pikmin further. But if you just play the game, when you get the Pikmin, you can realize these actually go further, they go higher, they go further, you know. And I think I discovered that one on my own, But the one thing I didn't discover was the yellow Pikmin can pick up bombs. So I saw the bombs, and I didn't know what to do with them. Like I think I just had reds at the time, because you know when you get like a new Pikmin species, and it's like, oh, I don't want to take you out because you know, I don't have that many of you. I have so many reds. Let's just take all the reds. So I was trying to pick up bombs with the red Pikmin, and that wasn't working. But then I finished the day, and the journal entry told me yellow Pikmin can pick up bombs. So I go into the next day, and then I try the yellow Pikmin again, and yep, there you go. They can pick up the bombs. I feel as though that would have been something I would have discovered anyway if I just had been a little bit braver with the Pikmin, but it gives you that option to learn before it tells you, right? Rather than just saying when you get the yellow Pikmin or the blue Pikmin, yellow Pikmin can collect bombs. You know, it gives you the opportunity, and I really like that as well. Now this is far too positive, so I best mention some things that I didn't really like that much. I didn't really like the fact that, well, it's kind of its time, like, but the Pikmin's AI are kind of silly. Sometimes there are no hopers basically. Pikmin will try and find themselves to kill themselves as easy as possible. I think the most common way is probably to, like, when you're running with them, they spread out a bit, and if you're near water, they will not avoid that water, they will just go straight in. I think I lost quite a lot of Pikmin that way. Another thing is when you're throwing a Pikmin, you can select which colour you want. For some strange reason, they go in a line basically, and as you're throwing them, so you say if you're throwing reds, the next red goes in their order, and then the next red, but sometimes they seem to cut the line. Like, maybe a yellow cuts in front of a red, and then all of a sudden you're throwing a yellow rather than a red, and that could sometimes get you killed, because let's say if you're wanting to kill like one of the fire enemies, you want to select just the reds, but then like a yellow sort of all of a sudden gets selected, and it's like, oh well, you're dead now. But then that's when you learn about splitting up the team. So you press a button and they all split up into their own separate teams, and then you can whistle just the colour that you want, and that's okay. That's a pretty handy little thing to have. It would have been nice to like whistle just a group back. So I say if you like press the button and then just press the same button that you used to disband them, it just brings that colour back basically. But as is the case right now, you need to like whistle very carefully near the colour that you want, otherwise you end up getting all of them. I think another thing that I'd like to mention is in the last stage where you basically, there's a paper bag in the way of after you build a bridge, there's a paper bag there, and the way that you have to get your Pikmin to that paper bag is you have to sort of you have to throw them onto a platform, whistle to them so they follow you, and then go under a platform and then disband them. That's the only time that you have to do that in the entire game, so that took me a long time to actually figure out. I think overall though, just very positive, and I wouldn't even mind saying that Pikmin, like, it's pretty bad to say because the game came out 22 years ago at this point, but I would even say that Pikmin might be one of my favourite games that I played this year, and I think that's fair to say because it's the first time that I've ever played it, but I honestly think it's just really, really good. I actually wouldn't even mind playing it again right now, but I'm gonna go through the other ones. It's got that thing where it's like, it's so well executed on the first attempt that it's like, how did they do this on the first attempt, you know what I mean? It's like, how can they improve on the sequel? That's how it is to me. But I'm currently playing the sequel, so we'll find out. I wouldn't mind doing a thoughts on the sequel as well when I get to it, when I finish it. But we'll see how it goes from that point. So yeah, that'll do for this video. I hope you enjoyed watching, and see you next time.